vaguely the Custard TV podcast. I'm Luke, editor and runner of the website, joined ably by Matt in the northern area and Gary in the London area with a ham sandwich.
Yep.
Is that literally what it is, or have you got anything else with it?
No, it's a nice malted bread.
Malted bread? I can't think what that is. Is that the bit with the bread with the bits in it?
Yeah, basically, like,
yeah.
Bits in it.
That's very much how I would describe this podcast. It's just a podcast with bits in it, really. Bits where we talk about TV shows, bits where Gary talks about American stuff, bits where we review things, and then bits at the end where we discuss something for you to watch in the coming week.
Ham sandwich.
How many slices do you do normally?
What, of bread or ham?
Bread.
Well, two slices of bread and 2 thin slices of ham.
Okay. Is it wafer thin ham?
Yes.
Okay.
Luke.
Hey, everybody, here's our star.
Gary.
I'd never heard of him before today.
And Matt.
He's a professional.
Talking telly.
Try it, just for 1 week. Just try the program for 1 week.
This is the Custard TV podcast.
It's all a bit limp today, the podcast. I apologise. Who and Mrs. But it's about to get...
Well, let's thingy it up a bit now.
Oh, I love you and your words.
That'll help.
Well, I was trying to say something, but everything I was going to say sounded a bit dirty.
Who Mrs.
Yeah, exactly.
And now over in the northern area to thingy things up, it's Matt.
Hello.
Hello.
I know what we're starting with. Cold Feet, the return of the ITV romantic comedy drama. As those of you who listened to the Desert Island Drama series that we did know, and if you didn't, you should listen to it. This is one of Luke's favourite dramas of all time. This is coming back after 13 years of being off air. ITV brought it back. Original writer Mike Bullen has sort of imagined the cast of the characters have still known each other for the last 13 years, and this sees them sort of all back in Manchester. Adam's come back to see his son and try and get him to his wedding. And Luke, you did enjoy this. I heard you very eloquently on the radio last Friday.
Yes, I was eloquent on the radio. Just to clarify that. TV revivals make me nervous. I've been bitten so many times by looking forward to something I love coming back, and then it comes back and it's just not got the magic. And as Matt said to me when he went to the screening, what they did so perfectly was they didn't waste all the time on, having these people meet up again. They'd already known one another, as you said. They hadn't lost contact. They're already established. There was no real awkwardness. It just kicked in. In fact, I think you could watch the final episode of episode 5 of series 5 and jump straight into this. And apart from the fact they've aged, I think you can enjoy it. It was funny, it was touching, it was sad. There's nothing like it on TV, there's nothing like it on the BBC, there's nothing like it on Channel 4, and Gary only lasted 15 minutes, despite the fact that he said he would watch it for me and Matt for a proper discussion.
Yeah, whoa. I never said I'd watch all of it. If I wasn't enjoying it, I wasn't going to keep watching it.
If you'd asked me and Luke to watch something, we both would have watched the whole thing. Even if we hated it, we would have sat through and watched the entire thing out of respect for you and out of respect so we could talk about it and say why we hated it.
Yeah.
Give it the full time.
Well, we don't know that. Because I've never asked you to do that. I've never asked you to do that.
And you're not going to again now because you didn't make it all the way through Cold Feet.
Oh, fair enough.
Matt, your views as well. I want your views.
Well,
people who read the review, they'll know. Yeah. But if they don't want to read the review, they just tune into the podcast here. Well, if they're on a train, it'll make them feel sick.
Okay. I feel very much the same as Luke does. Probably, I haven't got the same connection
nostalgia
to it maybe as Luke, but obviously, I watched it when it was on before and I enjoyed it, and I think I enjoyed all the same things you did. It was funny. I think the bit that both me and you, I think, teared up a bit was a bit where Adam and his son were outside the house and talking about Rachel and things like that. And And both of us have seen the second episode, and that goes on and is as good. I just think
I
they've
think
got the
it's
chemistry.
better
The
in a way.
chemistry's there. The sort of balance of the laughter and the poignancy and everything like that. The youngster playing Matthew Adams' son, I think he's very good as well. It all fits together very well, and this is one of those programs where it feels right that they've brought it back.
I love that photo.
Have you not got a more recent one?
That is recent.
Well, she's young, isn't she?
No, really, she's 30.
Oh, wow. 18 years younger than you.
Just a number.
Yeah. 18.
So where did you two meet?
Oh, it was very romantic.
Tinder?
No, not this time. I thought meeting her would be an anticlimax, but it was just the opposite.
A climax?
No, that was the second time.
And 6 months later, you're married.
Yeah, moving in together to this fantastic apartment that we found. Well, Angela found.
Well, congratulations. We're all delighted for you.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you'll be as happy as I thought me and Jenny were going to be.
Oh. How was your flight?
It was good. Pete met me at the airport. Something of a surprise.
Did I mention I've been laid off?
About a year ago.
Still, things are looking up. Got 2 jobs now.
What's the other one?
Carer. Wiping old people's arses. Pay's not great, but the job satisfaction more than makes up for it.
Really?
No.
What do you mean you didn't know? You talked for hours online. What the hell did you talk about?
United.
And City.
Important stuff.
Gary hasn't seen any of it because he just got to the end of the first break.
Well, if I can explain, because I feel I've been a little bit attacked on this podcast. I'm not going to take it personally, but
I wonder why.
No, if I haven't had a chance to explain, and here's the explanation. After watching 10-15 minutes, I was confused. I didn't know who these people were, so I stopped watching because it's clear, and as both of you have said, this is like a seamless carry-on from the last thing. I know their lives have carried on, but they didn't do anything to bring in new viewers. They went straight into old situations, new relationships, but very much those kind of, as you say, which is fine for people who are fans of the show. But as a new viewer, I had nothing to hold on to. They went straight into telling me about who these people are, and I had no idea, no way to follow. So that's why I stopped.
Well, what didn't you understand?
I don't understand the dynamics of the relationship. I don't understand why he's in Singapore.
Well, we didn't know that. We didn't know he was in Singapore.
We don't know why he's in
Sure,
Singapore.
but you knew he left at the end of the
No,
last series.
No, we didn't.
Well, that seemed like it was obvious. But anyway, and also I didn't know what the relationships between them were. 2 of them are married and 2 of them aren't married. You didn't get that, and you didn't know that until at least
you know
halfway.
that now.
But that's fine. But then try and do. That's what I'm saying is, they weren't aiming
Gary,
this.
just
hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish. They didn't aim this at new viewers, and that's fine. This is a nostalgia thing, and Luke and you are right. It was meant for those people who have watched the series before. That's the reason I didn't carry on.
All the things you put up are things that we didn't know either.
No, but the thing is, I didn't know that until speaking.
You didn't know. But your point is that these things are things that you should know if you watched it before. But all the things that you put up are things that me and Luke didn't know either because they.
No. You knew that there were 6 people and there was 3 couples, didn't you?
Yeah, but
yes,
I didn't know. So I didn't know that they weren't couples anymore.
We didn't know that. I don't think they'd split up. Certainly,
no.
John Thompson and Faye Ripley couple weren't together at the end of the last series and have since got together.
I think they could have done a recap or something. That's all I'm saying is,
I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, fans of the show and people who've watched it are coming at a similar angle because a lot of the stuff that's happened in the interim is stuff that we didn't know going in.
There could have been a better storytelling device, whether it be a new character, whether it had been sort of recap that could have helped people, because I think
there was a new character. You just didn't get to that point, and also
then bring him in earlier. I mean,
the first
you didn't
advert break.
It's a shame because you didn't get to all the rhythm of the dialogue that Matt and I talk about. And anyway, Cold Feet continues Monday nights for the next 7 weeks, 9 o'clock. It did exceptionally well on overnight figures alone. It got 6.6 million viewers. Universal praise, bar one.
Well, no,
And
I'm not saying anything. I didn't hate what I watched.
Did you enjoy the dialogue or anything?
Not really, because I didn't understand any of the content.
I just think, I don't know. I don't think you gave it a go till. I think you should have given it a go to the end and seen if you still had that feeling at the end of the.
Maybe, but I didn't.
So what do you think?
That you shouldn't be getting married.
Oh, shut up. Here, look.
Needs to be tighter in the back.
Tighter in the back.
I just don't understand why you are.
Because Angela's only got 6 months to live.
Oh, my God.
That's not true. I just had it to shut you up.
Adam, seriously?
Wait, what? Jen, do you remember what it was like to fall in love, eh?
Well, vaguely.
You know, the agony when he doesn't call, the ecstasy when he does.
Sorry, is this Pete we're talking about?
Oh, yeah. That's what it's like for me with Ange.
That's because it's early days. You know, the first flush of romance. You don't get married off that. You wait till it's past and then see if you can still stand the sight of each other.
No, well, we can't.
So what did you watch instead?
I don't remember what I watched. What was that,
Monday
night?
A thrilling,
I can't remember.
diversion.
I can't remember what I did yesterday. Come on.
That's why we need the TV diary back.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember what I watched. I can't remember. I know I watched the quiz programmes and tried Cold Feet, and then I turned over.
But I will be speaking to Mike Bullen on later this week. Well, Monday.
Pass on my best.
Depending on. I will. He
will
ask
you on the podcast.
Yeah, he will ask whether you watched it.
Actually give him that feedback, because that is at least constructive feedback to an extent. I think.
That's fair enough. I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, like,
there's a question for him. Then, did you think that you've done enough to welcome?
But I don't think they wanted to. I think this.
Oh no, I think they did.
No, I don't. Well, personally, I didn't. Anyway.
Okay.
Well, it's been 13 years, so I mean, even I've only watched the whole series twice in that 13
like my
years.
mother, for example, who will have watched all the episodes.
Oh, what's happened there? You used to call her your mum. What's happened there to call her your mother?
Okay, my that's weird now. Yeah, my mum. She.
Have you had a fallout?
Yeah. She watched it all and loved it, because I was saying, are you going to watch Cold? Yeah, I love Cold Feet. But I think if you asked her, what happened to the couples at the end of the last series, you wouldn't remember.
Not a clue. No, not a clue.
So let's do the sort of finish off the comedy season, the landmark sitcom season on BBC. The remakes that have been on since we were last on are Good Night, Sweetheart, which was the sort of continuation of the series, and Young Hyacinth, which was the prequel to Keeping Up Appearances. Gary, did you watch?
Yeah, I did watch that. I found it very strange, though, because I think I missed... after I re-listened to the podcast, I missed it live where you said there's no laughter track. And it did feel more like a... It felt more like a drama than a comedy.
Early evening drama, I thought.
It did, yeah. It didn't make me do anything. I didn't relate to her as Hyacinth, although I have to say
she was very
there were moments where you could see they were definitely doing a nod. But I didn't like the running dialogue track. I didn't like the fact that she was constantly talking to you, the camera.
Well, no, Miranda talks to the camera. I think she was just talking to herself.
You wouldn't know that, would you?
No, I wouldn't know.
Actually, the camera
as well.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Fleabag.
But no,
that should be our new slogan.
It was gentle, but I didn't laugh at any point.
Good Night, Sweetheart.
No, I didn't.
Yes, darling.
Hey!
One of these things just doesn't belong.
These, they had Porridge, Are You Being Served, and Young Hyacinth were announced ages and ages in advance. You know, we saw things of them, press preview copies and things like that. And then suddenly there was this sort of reunion photo of Goodnight Sweetheart that surfaced, wasn't there? You remember? And then it's oh yeah, we're doing a Goodnight Sweetheart as well. And it feels like it was, we need one more to fill this half an hour slot. Who's free? Oh, let's get Nicholas Lyndhurst in for a bit. Also, it feels a bit like Marks and Gran, who wrote it. They're trying to get them back on side after Birds of a Feather left to go to ITV because they didn't want it back on the BBC, and it's done really well for ITV. So this was Gary sort of rediscovering the portal back to the 1990s, or what was the 1990s now?
I wish I could find the portal back to 1990s, I tell you.
Oh, but so he is now firmly supplanted in 1962, but finds... well, no, he doesn't find the portal, does he? He meets with himself. He sees the day of his birth.
That was very, very contrived and very... I don't know what's going on. Why is this happening?
And then he ends up in 2016, and there's a lot of sort of fish out of water stuff. A lot of sort of Because I think if you'd gone in 1999 and come back to 2016, there's not that
It's
much.
just the technology, isn't it? Really.
So where this came alive for me, I think, was in the last 5 minutes, where it was the more